Building in Ghana has become super expensive due to the increasing cost of building materials, the high inflation rate in Ghana, and the exchange rate of the dollar to the cedi. And so in this video, we are going to look at an alternative building material, which is using interlocking bricks as opposed to using normal cement blocks for building. Are there any cost advantages? What are the benefits of using interlocking bricks? What are the challenges and more? And we have the CEO of Bricksave Construction to shed more light on interlocking bricks. So please introduce yourself.
My name is Shirley, Asimeng, the CEO of Bricksave Construction. Bricksave Construction is a building construction company whose main aim is to provide affordable housing using interlocking bricks. So we are into the production and construction using interlocking bricks. We also produce building drawings and designs for clients, and also we are into building construction consultation.
So how long have you been doing what you currently do?
2 years.
Why did you decide to go into interlocking bricks and not cement blocks?
So it has always been my dream to go into the real estate market, to build houses and rent so that I will get some coins from it. So I found someone who wanted to partner with me to go into the project, but he was dealing with the interlocking bricks. So he asked me to invest in his business. So I did. But as we went on, I realized I was duped because at a point he was not picking my calls. When we started getting projects, he wasn't picking my calls. I call him, he tells me he's in a meeting, he's with a client, but it wasn't true. So I ended up closing that deal. But initially, people wanted me to arrest him. You know, family and friends wanted me to just arrest him. But I decided not to, but rather create a business and compete. That's the reason why we have Bricksave Constructions today. And because that he was working with the interlocking bricks, and I also read and studied about it to know the benefits of it, I thought it wise to go that line. So that is the reason why I went into the interlocking bricks.
What are some of the benefits of using interlocking bricks as compared to using cement blocks?
Oh, a lot. It's cost effective.
When you say cost effective, what do you mean? How cost effective is it to use interlocking bricks?
You tend to save more when you work with interlocking bricks.
Now, how would you quantify the cost benefits when using interlocking bricks as compared to using cement blocks for, let's say, a 2-bedroom house, same size, same quantity?
15 to 35%.
Wow.
15 to 35%. And it can even be more. You know, one thing in Ghana, interlocking bricks in the first place is produced from laterite. Okay. And Ghana, we know, is covered by 70% laterite. But the only issue is how to get the dirt, how to get the soil for the dirt that is wanted. You get it. Okay. And in doing that, you have to rent a machine, an excavator to do the excavation for you. Okay. And that increases the price. If there were other cheaper options of getting the laterite, it would have been cheaper, even up to about 70%. Wow. When it comes to the walls of the building.
People say that you need 2 or 3 bricks to get 1 cement block. How true is that?
Okay, there are different types of interlocking bricks. Okay. We have the Eco one, we have the Hydroform one, and we have the, I would say, the hollow one. Though the Eco is also hollow, but the method of constructions are different. Okay. And it comes in different sizes. So depending on the size you are using, it can be 2 or 3. And when it comes to the cost saving aspect, as we are still discussing, the price and the pieces don't matter. What matters most is the method of construction. That is where the cost saving component comes in. It doesn't just come by comparing a price of a brick to the price of a block. No. It is wrong, and that is what most clients do, and it's not correct.
So you were telling us about the various types of bricks that we have. Can you kindly go into details on the differences between each of them? When should one buy one type of brick instead of another, and what are the prices?
When we talk about interlocking bricks, it's just an advanced form of the traditional clay brick. So this is the clay brick. For this brick, is built with mortar. So mortar down, you lay the brick, you put mortar up, as is done in the concrete blocks. So this is the normal clay bricks we know, made from clay. And this is the hollow brick, the echo type of the bricks. This one, we have holes in it. So after setting the first one, when you say setting, after laying the first brick, or even before you lay, you have to introduce rods on your foundation top. Then you start setting with a mortar. Then the rest, you do not put mortar as you will do here, but rather when you lay to a certain point, you grout it. You mix cement sand combination, then you pour into the holes with iron rods in them, do the grouting. So that's how this one works. This is a hydroform type. For this, there are no holes, so you don't have to pour mortar into the bricks, into the holes. There are no holes. You just set with the first brick, and the subsequent ones are done through what is called dry stacking. So one on top of each other, one on top of each other, to create a pattern, which is beautiful. When you are working with this, and it's a low or a single story, you don't need iron rods. So that is the cost saving aspect of it. You don't need the iron rod. You don't need columns, pillars. Let me say pillars so that people will get it. You don't need the pillars unless you want to introduce it. You don't need it because this brick is very heavy, and you can use the same brick to create that joint you need, or a concrete can do. So you don't need iron rods in your building again. And also with the concrete block, you can't go a certain height without introducing lintel. Otherwise it will collapse. But with this interlocking bricks, you don't need the lintel. You only introduce the lintel at the window, the openings, the window area shut, the door area shut. Those short areas are the areas you introduce your. So you save all the money you would have spent introducing the lintel on all the walls of the structure. The board you would buy, the rods you would buy, you save all those costs. And in addition to that, you don't plaster both in and out unless you want to, or you want to plaster to design. So those are the other benefits of this type of interlocking bricks. And this is what Bricksave uses. And one thing is, some people will ask, won't it fall? This is a 7-inch, when you're building with the concrete block, it's 5 inches you use on, yes, but this is 7 inches. So if you build a concrete block with 5 inches, you plaster in ½ inch, plaster out ½ inch, it adds up to the 7 inches. So you have your 7-inch already. Yours is to get the brick. If you get the brick, you don't have to worry about plastering both in and out.
Okay, so when would somebody use this one? When would somebody use this? And when would someone use this? Or you can use, for your normal one story, you can use any of them.
For any, if you feel like buying this, buying that, but currently this is what Bricksave uses. Okay. But because people are used to this, people don't understand the difference. They don't know the difference well. We keep these samples here to show them that these are the types that are in the market. This is not interlocking brick. This is just a normal clay brick. The bricks you see in town made of clay, but these are made of laterite. So we just keep these samples, but this is what Bricksave does or uses. Normally, when we work on a project, we just bring one to the office, we label it, and we keep it. This is a project we have done.
So all these are projects you have done?
Yes, these are samples from projects. We have.
As you can see on your screen, those are a lot of projects they've worked on, and I'm sure the end results are very quality. And then you will also show us the videos of buildings you've put up.
Yes.
So if you are using bricks, can you do like a 3-story building, or it's only for a single story? Because that's another myth. People say, oh, if you are doing bricks, you can only do ground floor, like things like that. So you can't do a lot.
No. You can go with this. You can go any level you want to. Only if you introduce the structures. If you are introducing structures, if you are introducing your columns, and for story buildings, columns are you can't dodge them. You have to use them. So for those ones, you will need the column, the pillars. Let me say the pillars. You will need it. So for that one, you can go any story you want to, so far as you have your pillars.
So do you sell the bricks, or you only use the bricks to build for people?
Oh, okay. So if you come to me, you present your drawing. Okay. If you don't have a drawing, because we are also into architectural designs and drawings, we can offer to give you one.
Value-added service.
Yes, because we are even running a promotion now.
Wow.
Yes. So you come, you bring your drawing, we estimate or we give you a quote. But we want to also find out, do you have someone working on the whole, like maybe the foundation and everything? Then if you have, we will say, okay, so we are going to do the only brick work for you. Oh yes, if yes, then we give you the quote for the bricks. Okay. As you can feel the weight, it's very heavy. Very heavy, yeah. So we visit your site, okay, to look out for certain expectations, things we want to see on your site to be able to produce the bricks on your site. Okay. Actually, we will come and produce the bricks on your site because they are very heavy to transport. Okay. You can transport, but it will add extra cost, unnecessary cost. So we move to your site to see what you have there. Is water? Do we have access to water? Is the site accessible by vehicle, because the truck has to bring the laterite? Okay. So we come to your area and we have to know how far are we going to get our materials transported to your site. Okay. So after everything is okay, you make the payment, then we come to produce the bricks.
If somebody wants to build a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom on a half plot of land, what is the process?
Okay. So if you want to build a 2-bedroom on a half plot of land, first we need to know your dimensions, the dimensions of the rooms, and one thing I really also don't encourage, there are drawings with redundant corridors, like walls. Yes, some walls are corridors. That are not important. Yes. So if your drawing has those things, I will advise we work on it, okay, so that at least it will reduce the cost.
And if the person doesn't have the drawings?
If you don't have the drawings, we can do the drawing for you. Okay. Actually, when we are doing your drawings too, it's not like you working, people will just walk to that, I need a 4-bedroom house, then they will do it and bring it. No, that's not how we do our business. What we do is, can you sketch something, maybe how you want your place to be? It shouldn't be nice, just your arrangement. I want my bedroom to be here, I want this one. If you can't, we'll just sketch some and send to you. Do you like it that way? If you're okay with it, then we pick the dimensions of your plot. Then we try to fit whatever you did on the plot for you to see whether your design will fit on your plot. Okay. Or how your design is fitting, or your house is fitting on your plot. Are you okay with it, or you want to change the style? If you want to change the style, we have that time. We sketch something, we send to you. Are you okay? The floor plan. Do we change something? Oh, I'm okay. Then we go on. We always do that back and forth, back and forth. You can. We have a lot of clients. A lot of clients we've done drawings for, and they can testify that it's back and forth. What's up? We send to you. Are you okay? What change? Oh, my shower in this position where the shower is, I don't like it. Shift it. Let it go to this corner. We bring it. We change it. We have that time. So we do that till you are satisfied with whatever you paid for. Okay. Then we move forward. Okay. Yes.
Also, how much will it cost to build like a 2 or 3-bedroom house using bricks? What is the cost savings I'm going to make if I choose to use bricks instead of cement blocks?
Actually, the pricing is dependent on the room sizes or the size of your house, because someone's 2-bedroom can be someone's 4-bedroom. So it's dependent on the sizes of your room. It's dependent on your luxury type. Maybe you want just a simple economical area, louver blaze is simple, or you want a standard room, glazing but affordable tiles and do is okay, or you want the luxurious type. That one too is there. We still have two bedrooms. All of them are two bedrooms, but the kind of finishing determines the price. Okay. But roughly 180 to 200,000 should give you a 2-bedroom house if you are in the standard category.
So they should just come see you based on their requirements and everything. You'll be able to give them a quote and a good discount, right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And quality work.
Now, how does the price of cement affect the price of bricks?
Currently, the bricks used to be 3 cedis, but currently it's 4 cedis per brick. One thing building with bricks that is a bit okay when it comes to this economic difficult times is that when you pay for the brick, you don't have to worry your head over the increment of cement. I don't know if you get my point, because you have already purchased the bricks are there, and you are not going to plaster in and out, so why worry your head over the cost of cement? So in these difficult times, I would prefer people going for the bricks, because with this brick you don't need iron rods to worry your head. The only rods we introduce are the starter pillars in the foundation, those small ones. So those ones are not that much, so you don't need to worry your head over those ones, or the ones that will have to come if you were to raise it to a certain level. By the time they get there, the prices of the rods have increased. The rods you are going to use are just pieces. So when you look at your door, the number of doors you are going to need, the number of windows, we just get those the rods ready. So you don't need to worry your heads again. Yes.
So what are some of the tips you can give to a young person in the diaspora who wants to build in Ghana?
Yes, one thing I've come to realize is that people just walk to the architects. I want a 2-bedroom house, but I want the rooms to be big. Those statements are just vague, just like that. They will just say that and they will go, and the architect will do it and bring it to you. But the question is, how big? Do you actually understand what the person is putting on paper? Because let me give this experience. A client presented a drawing. I'll say a client because we worked for her. When she presented the drawing, we gave her the estimate. So she thought it was too huge, so she took it to other people. Then after about 6 months, she came back, this time with a very simple drawing for the same plot. So I wanted to find out more. So I asked her, where is the first drawing you brought? Why are you not building again? She was like, no, it was too huge and she doesn't have funds for it. She did it. She was having the paper, she was having the drawing, but she didn't know it was too huge. Going around for estimates made her realize that whatever she was trying to build was too huge. And when she came back, the 2-bedroom drawing she brought was the size of the old building drawing, the hall. Do you get it? So you just don't go saying, I want a 2-bedroom house. The rooms should be big. How big is the current room you are using? You have to measure to know the dimension. One mistake people do is the current luxury or current comforts they don't get in their current house. That's where they transfer into the project they want to do, thereby increasing their costs without them knowing that it is really going to affect them. Okay, so you just don't carry that one there. And 2, anytime you are building a house, unless maybe you have the money, forget about your kids, because in building we give about 30-year projection that in 30 years time, where will your kids be? Because by the time they start SS, they are not with you the whole year. They will come in 2 weeks. It's not even up to 2 months. So after SS, they go to the tertiary, and for that one credit, they are not in the house at all. They maybe go for an internship somewhere. They will go. So it will be left with you and your wife. And in Ghana, most people who can build a house are within 30 years. You can build like from 30 going. So in 30 years time, it means you will be on pension. Where are you going to get the funds to maintain your house? So instead of doing maybe 4-bedroom, you can split it, semi-detached. 2-bedroom. You'll be in there. When you want your kids 4-bedroom, they too can be enjoying one. When they leave you, because they will never come back to stay in that house. When they leave you, you can rent that house and use the funds to maintain both houses.
So people say bricks makes the bedrooms like cooler, right? One of my subscribers is asking, do you mix the bricks with cement? And if you do, what is the effect on the bricks?
You know, when it comes to bricks, it's either produced from clay or laterite. And as we know, growing up, we those who stayed in the village, you know, the atakpami kind of housing, we never complained of it being hot. Okay. Because laterite is always almost cold. Do you get it? And when we say we mix the laterite with a little amount of cement. But the chemical reaction that takes place between sand and cement is a continuous process. It doesn't even, it's always happening. Please, do you get it? And one thing is, with concrete, it contributes to about 62% of the heat in the room. That chemical reaction that takes place. But it doesn't happen when it comes to cement mixing with laterite. Is fairly reduced, and you don't get that reaction increasing the room temperature.
So can anybody at all do bricks laying, or do you need a professional like an artisan to do so?
Yes, it does require a trained person to lay with interlocking bricks. Yes, it does, because as I'm telling you, as I said before, there are things people don't know out there. So if I didn't tell you that when you're doing this, you don't need iron rods, the person wouldn't know. So the person will just introduce the iron rods. And when it comes to alignment, there are certain technicalities that needs to be taught. So we are in the process of setting up a training school to teach more people on how to use the interlocking bricks, because I would say it's come to stay.
Okay, so I hear that when it comes to interlocking bricks, you save on labor costs because the speed of interlocking the bricks is faster than laying your blocks using your cement blocks. How true is that?
Yes, you save more. Let's say when you come to Bricksave Constructions, I will use Bricksave as the example. We charge per brick. When we are doing our laying, we charge per brick, not per day. So we know, if we have about 4 men on your plot, we can raise that 2-bedroom house in just a week. Do you get it? So it's like though we have charged you per the brick, your job will go faster. You get things done right, then you move your way. But with the other concrete block, what happens is they have an average they charge per day. But the question is, do they really do that quantity per day? They don't. They are supposed to lay about 100 blocks a day. That is why they charge whatever they charge. But you will not have the time to go there and count the number of blocks they have laid. They will tell you they have used, fine, they will use the 2 bags of cement, but how many did they lay? So they want to, now some will try to lay 70, some will try to lay 80. So all the 20 will add up to the labor again. You know, when it comes to the bricks, sometimes people think it's expensive. It's not expensive. It always happens to people who have not built before. They don't have that experience of paying for services. So they think maybe, I thought this one was cheaper, but it's expensive. But they have not actually felt it out there. When they go to the concrete people, they will tell them that, okota bricks. They were adding. Also bricks not the one saying. You will tell them, the person said 4 cities. And the blocks here, 5 cities. You are not so big, you should do say. You know, they will just confuse you with that. But whatever you are going to buy at 5 cedis, you are going to lay with mortar. That is extra labor. And the plastering is extra labor. So when the person don't be confused, don't go by the prices of the materials, go by the construction process. Because they will come and pretend theirs is the cheapest by giving you, auto block say krana. But the question is, would they go by what they are telling you?
Okay, so with all the benefits you've spoken about that we get from bricks, right? Why is it that more people are not using bricks, but people prefer cement and not bricks?
The reason is that I would say change is difficult because they have been with the concrete for over a period of time, and they think it's stronger. But one thing they forget is that with the Atakwame buildings, some are still standing. The difference between this and the Atakwame building is we are just molding it into a regular shape and arranging it to form a beautiful pattern. And also there is that perception that bricks are expensive. You know, growing up, people who built with bricks were rich people. So, you know, these foreigners will come, they will build with bricks. So we thought it was so expensive. Well, the interlocking bricks too, people have the, are you sure it won't fall? If one man asked me if he is fighting with the wife and they push I told him no. You know, we're having a project and whenever people pass, can we come and see it? Oh, you can come in. When, as soon as they come, the first thing, can we push? Then they will try to push. Then it was not falling. So you see, people think no, there should be something in between. Since there's nothing in between, it will fall. No, but the question is, the mortar holding the concrete block, how strong is it? A little push will develop cracks in the mortar joints, and the blocks will fall. But this one, it's earthquake resistant. You know how it locks this side, this side, this side, and the under part. So when even there is earthquake, it just shakes and comes back to standstill. But with the concrete, a little earth tremor, it will just crack. So with this brick, you don't have cracks in your walls. Okay. You wouldn't get cracks in your walls because there are no mortar joints to give that continuous cracks.
Okay, so in the last video, we interviewed Madam Ella Shirley, and she shared a lot of knowledge when it comes to building with interlocking bricks. So a great number of you asked that we come to like a building site and see for yourselves what it looks like. And so today we have Madam Ella Shirley, and then we will also later interview the owner of the project. So make sure you stick to the end of this video. Now there are so many questions that you guys asked, so we are going to go through the questions one by one and answer all of them. Right, so the first question that people asked was, what is the strength of the bricks? How strong are they, since you are not putting any mortar in it?
They are very strong, you know. We produce using 42.5 R cement. Okay. And each bag of cement produces only 50.
Only 50 bricks?
Bricks, yes. Okay. So it's very strong.
Okay. Yeah. But then you mentioned it was made of laterite, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you mix it with the cement?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So somebody also said that, can we like push the, you know, bricks and will the house fall down? I'm not a very strong person, but there's a very strong person here. Please come. Come and let's see if when you push, it will fall down. Please do a very strong push for us. And then we move to the next question. Do you feel like any, it's very solid, right? Fantastic. Okay, so the next question that people were asking was, how easy is it to make alterations, right? How easy is it to make alterations? For example, if people want to put pipes and wiring and all those things, how easy is it to make alterations?
So if you want to put pipes, what we do is we cut the area you want to introduce the pipe. Then we fill it. After you have done your pipings, we just fill it with mortar and redesign it as the brick is.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not going to be a challenge if I already bought like a house which was made of interlocking bricks. Then maybe I want to change the wiring, I want to change the piping, etc. It's not going to be a challenge, right?
No. Even with this, if the owner decides that this wall should move to this side, all we need to do is to break the first brick.
Okay.
And remove all the bricks and come and arrange them here.
Oh, okay. So the bricks will not be wasted, even if you want to increase the sizes of the rooms, etc.
No, it won't be wasted.
Okay, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And how easy is it to cut into the bricks? What kind of tools do you need to cut into the bricks? Will you use a chisel or would you use the machine that we used to cut?
No, we use a machine.
Okay.
We don't chisel.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances, even the block or the concrete block buildings, we are not supposed to chisel. You know, it weakens the structures. Okay. So it's best you just cut it so that you get your structures in place.
Okay. All right. And the next one was like, what are the special considerations that you need to do if like you are building in a salty area? Like, are the bricks good to be used by like the seaside, or the salt can, you know, cause maybe some corrosion to the bricks?
Oh,
or it doesn't really matter?
The only addition we do when we are building around salty area will be introduction of anti-sodium.
Anti-sodium,
which will control the salt content from maybe the seawater, or the water in the ground. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And also, will the bricks work in a waterlogged area? Can you build in a waterlogged area?
If it's a waterlogged area.
So you know some areas like they are mushy, right? They are not like rocky like this area, right? So is building with interlocking bricks okay in that kind of land? You know, sometimes people buy those lands and then they fill it.
Yes.
Then they build on top of it.
Yes.
Can you do that with interlocking bricks?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next question was, can mortar still be introduced into the dry stacking?
No.
Not at all. Okay. Can you explain that?
It's not necessary.
Okay.
The main idea of using interlocking bricks is to reduce cost.
Okay.
So if the bricks can dry stack, why do you spend extra to reintroduce mortar? And if you introduce mortar, the bricks will not form that pattern you want.
Okay.
It will be like you are still laying
your cement blocks.
Yeah, so you won't get the pattern you may need.
Okay, now somebody said this is a creative and innovative, a potential answer to increasing inflation on building components, right? Referring to the first video that we did. And then the person has a question. Are the bricks waterproof, and will you need like a damp-proof membrane for making any type of construction?
I wouldn't say they are waterproof, but after construction, we introduce waterproof polish. To the walls to resist water from being absorbed into the bricks. Talk about damp-proof membrane. Yeah. We introduced damp-proof membrane in our projects. Even when it comes to, even right from the foundation, we introduce the damp-proof. When we are about casting, we introduce the damp-proof. So we work with damp-proof.
You work with damp-proof. So how long has this structure been here?
It's been about 5 months.
5 months, yes, okay. And then during that period, it has rained severally, especially the last 5 months.
Yes.
But we don't see like any signs of cracks or any signs of the building about to collapse. So I think it gives us a good idea of, you know, the water resistance level. Okay, so the next question that somebody asked was that, please, is the bricks good for a fence wall? If it can be, my plot size is 88. Can you give me an estimate? Is it good for a fence wall?
Yes, it's good for a fence wall.
Okay.
It's good for even you can do the fence wall without the concrete holding it. But the issue is, you know, people normally present their fence wall, and what I'm going to do for you is a finished wall. Okay. They get it. Yeah. So when we give the estimate for the fence wall, they tend to compare with the concrete, which is not plastered. Okay. They get it. So we can give you the estimate for the fence wall. Okay. We give you to the finishing. Okay. Coping and everything from the foundation and everything. But sometimes the fences, the buildings they want us to, the land they want us to fence are so huge. Okay. And sometimes fencing the wall alone can give you like 3 bedroom houses.
Yeah. Maybe you can share a practical example.
Yes. like someone presented a site plan
Okay.
of a 1 acre, which is 4 plots.
Okay.
And the total number of bricks we needed to use was about 19,000.
19,000 bricks. Wow.
Yes, and that brick can give you like 4 two-bedroom houses, you
Wow.
know, almost 4 two-bedroom houses. So if you think of that, you'll be like, oh, then let me use it for the project itself, rather than using it on the fence wall.
I know, like, I understand why sometimes people want to build the fence wall first. For example, maybe they bought the land, right? They want to secure it so that when somebody comes, they know there's somebody there. Maybe they are not ready to build on it yet. They don't have, but they want to build a fence wall around it. So I think that's why some people may be asking this particular question.
So in those cases, you can just do short walls.
Okay.
Yes, just some short walls to protect the land. But going 2 meters or 7 feet is quite
Makes sense.
high,
Makes sense. Okay, but you would generally advise that instead of doing like a fence wall around your 1 acre land, just build instead.
Yes.
Right? Because that one also shows that you have purchased the property. Okay, fantastic. All right, so the next question is, are these bricks still chiseled to inlay electrical and plumbing piping? I think we've answered that, but you can still speak on that. Then after that, we'll do a tour of this property. Tell us what went into it and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as I earlier said, we don't chisel. We just cut. We do the pipings, then we dress it back to as it is supposed to be.
So the cost advantage you get is that you don't do plastering. But if I want this wall to be like white, what do I need to do? Would I need to now plaster?
No.
Okay.
You can polish to any color you want.
Without plastering?
No.
Wow.
You just polish to any color you want. And the cost is not just the plastering. This will be a future story.
Okay.
That's why you have the structures in there.
Okay.
If it wasn't that, there wouldn't be the need to introduce these
the pillars,
columns.
the columns,
so,
all right.
That's why it's like this. And that one too will come as added advantage to you saving those costs for the rods and the concrete.
Makes a lot of sense. Then someone is also asking, like, is there any network issues after completing the building? So I'm sure the person is referring to the telecom, reception and things like that, because the bricks are thick, right? So will we have challenges with your network? If you are here, will your data move from 4G to 2G, etc.?
Do you have...
Well, I'm still on 4G LTE, so I'm sure if there was 5G, maybe it would still work.
Yes.
So personally, it's not a problem. And I don't think maybe you've experienced that on any of your projects.
No.
Okay. All right, fantastic. All right, hi. So this is Frank of Africa Building Hub, and we want to know your experience because our viewers, our subscribers wanted to know your thoughts on the bricks that you use for your building projects and all, right? So first of all, we want to know your name, where you're from, and all that.
My name is Sophie, and I'm from Finland.
You're from Finland? Oh,
yes.
Okay, fantastic. So why did you decide to come to Ghana?
I just decided to move on and start something new
in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
All right, so why did you decide to use, bricks instead of the normal cement blocks that everybody is doing?
Well, when we started to build, or plan to build, we went through what we want.
Okay.
And I am not so in love with the normal blocks.
Okay.
And we saw the interlocking blocks,
Okay.
and just fell in love with them. And they are beautiful.
Yeah.
They are sustainable.
Okay.
Just look at them.
Yeah, they are really
beautiful.
So
And quick
quick
to build. No mortar, no iron rod.
Okay. So how long has it taken for this structure to be?
Well, it has been here 5 months, but it took maybe about 2 months.
2 months to put everything together?
2-3 months, yes.
Wow, amazing.
So it's much quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you also get in touch with Bricksave? How did you find her? Was she recommended? Or you did your own research?
No, we searched
Okay.
the bricks.
Okay.
And they are different, but we went and looked. We contacted her and went and looked on a project they had and just fell in love with the bricks.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Oh, okay. And how's the experience been like working with Bricksave Construction?
Very easy.
Very easy?
Very good,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And good communication. It's like Everything went.
And the rooms are also really, really cool. Like it's
cool.
very hot outside, but
here it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is also one of the reasons.
Okay.
And then we don't want to use any plaster or any.
Yeah.
Like
so do you feel
excess.
you've saved money?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Save money, but many people I think because they look so different from the normal block, they think it's more expensive, but it's
cheaper.
It's affordable.
So you haven't like regretted?
No, not at all. No,
okay.
We started with the fence wall.
Okay.
And then we decided that we don't want anything else.
Okay. So how many rooms are in this property?
In this property, for the moment, is 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
Then we have an open concept
Okay.
kitchen, living room.
Oh, okay.
And a rooftop.
That's why the living room is very spacious.
It's very spacious.
It's beautiful,
yes.
Very, very beautiful. And you have a lot of like windows.
Windows.
So it brings in a lot of air.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
that's the main reason. And the location is airy. So
it's just beautiful.
It's really good.
The view, like the view of the hills and everything is just
it
amazing.
Just brings peace.
Amazing.
And then when you have a beautiful building, it's perfect.
Yeah, you have a really, really beautiful building. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You made a really good choice. But coming here is not easy. Like the road.
Maybe someday. When we started here, nobody else was building around. We were the only ones.
Wow.
So now it's at least a little bit. When
yeah,
you came
there
first
are lots
time,
of
it was
properties around.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow,
So
you've done
but
really,
now
really
everything is sold around.
Okay.
So
And did you have challenge like buying the land and all that?
no.
Okay. Did you buy from the chief or from a real estate agent?
Chief and
chief.
a contact.
Okay. So there's not been any litigation, no court case?
No.
Nothing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tips you can give to people who are watching and want to build, etc., based on your experience in building and all?
Look what you want to have. Don't think because everybody else is using the normal blocks and plaster that is the best thing to use.
Okay.
Because, for example, we are not going to plaster inside even. We are going to leave the
You're
bricks
going to leave
visible.
it as it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So it's if you want something that holds, something that is beautiful, easy, you save absolutely some money. You have to use these interlocking bricks, and absolutely from Bricksaves.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we are coming to do a tour of the property, starting from the walls, the gates, and then you tell us what went into it. So we can start with the walls, right? I can see the foundation is made up of cement blocks.
Yes.
So maybe you can tell us a bit about how you put together the walls.
Oh, okay. So actually, when we came, we did only the brick work, the bricks, production of the bricks and the brickwork. So when we came, the foundation had already been done.
Okay.
But under number of circumstances, that's what we do. When we come, we dig out. If we are to do the foundation, we dig out the trench, then we introduce our foundation concrete, then at least a course or 2 courses of concrete block before we introduce our interlocking bricks to bring the brick a bit higher from the ground. Yes.
Okay. So from what you are saying, if somebody has even done maybe their foundation for their house and they want to now use interlocking bricks, you can just carry on from there, right?
Yes, actually we use the concrete for the foundation.
Okay.
The reason is that for your foundation you are not going to plaster. You are not going to do anything extraordinary there. You are not, so you don't have to waste a lot of funds in there. That's why we don't put the bricks can equally go there, but looking at the quantity and you don't plaster, it doesn't make sense to just put the bricks in the ground and you bury it.
Okay. Then we also have the gate, right? The gate. So for you to put the gate, you need to use the normal pillar, right?
Yes, it will depend.
Okay.
For the pillar that will hold the gate.
Yeah.
Yes, we use concrete.
Okay. Normal concrete pillars.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So next, let's talk about the house. Did you help the client to put together the plan of the house, or the client already had their plan?
No, the client already had their own plan.
Okay.
When we came, the structures were already in place.
Okay.
So what we did was to produce the bricks and lay the bricks.
So you produce the bricks at the site?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we produce the bricks right here.
Okay.
There.
Okay, so how many bedrooms and bathrooms is this property?
So it's just a 2-bedroom house with I think 2 washrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she said it took like 2 months to complete everything that we are seeing.
Yes. Ours is faster.
Okay.
When we are laying the bricks, it's faster. And the production, because we can produce like 1,000-1,500 in a day.
Can produce 1,500 bricks in a day on site?
Yes, on site.
Okay, so you brought your machines and everything?
We brought our machines.
Okay.
Then we brought our materials.
Okay.
Then we bought our cement, everything here, water. Then we started producing.
Okay. So this type of brick that you are using is the hydroform brick?
Yes, it's the hydroform type.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the best type of interlocking bricks?
Okay, I wouldn't say it's the best.
Okay.
It's equally good compared to other interlocking bricks.
Okay.
But the reason why we are using this one currently is because that is the machine we have.
Okay.
Yes, that's the machine we have. And maybe later on you see Bricksave doing the hollow ones as well.
Okay. Then you did a flow, or is this what are we seeing here?
Okay, so this is a future story building.
Okay.
So the structures in there are for the future development.
Okay.
So we didn't do the flow.
Okay.
We did most the brick and the brickwork.
Okay.
So the client, all the structures were there.
Okay.
Before we came.
Okay,
Maybe it was roofed before we.
Okay. So then we also have an example. This is
Yes.
how the interlocking is done. So you said it's done from top, left, right, and bottom.
Yes.
Okay. So nobody can carry the bricks and run away with it.
You can't carry it.
Wow.
This is the first time we produce a different color.
Okay.
Of the interlocking brick, because she didn't want the brick red color.
Okay.
She wanted something different, so we had to bring out something different.
Okay.
So it was through her, I would say, vision or her ideas that made us go the extra mile to do something different for her.
Okay.
And that's why we are producing like this. And initially, we will do the brick red color. Yeah.
Because most people, when they think of bricks, are thinking red. So I'm sure when they are looking at this, say, "Are you sure it's bricks?"
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are confident. When we go for projects and we are producing, they ask us, why is that the sand is red, but you end up getting a different color of the brick? I say, oh, that's our trade secret.
Wow, amazing. All right, thank you. So the land seems big. Is it like 2 plots, 3 plots, 4 plots?
Like 2 plots.
Okay. All right. So on average, right? People are always asking how much would it cost them on average. I mean, everybody's size and the site plan and everything is different. Their building plans are different, right? But on average, how much would it cost to do something similar?
Okay. When we came, she had already done the structures, as I said, and it's a future story.
Yeah.
So those costs I cannot put together because she worked on it. But it cost 36,900 to do the brick and the brickwork.
This year?
Yes, this year. Okay. Before we moved to the cities.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty affordable considering the size of the structure.
Yes.
That's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. So if you're watching this video and you want to use, bricks, interlocking bricks for your own building project, kindly contact Bricksave Construction. We are going to put their contact details in the description below. And if you have any other questions, please ask and we'll be sure to answer. I'll do a follow-up video. Thanks, Be Brave, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have any questions? Leave them in the comments below. Do you have any experiences to share? Leave them in the comments below. And hey, do you have a story to tell? Most importantly, is it good? Is it bad? Will it help other people who want to build, buy, rent in Ghana, in Africa? Then hit us up. Our email is in the description below. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Be Brave.